Hello guys. There's a lot to go over here. I'm going to be scrolling slowly, but I'll be stopping at certain points to be like, what the beep is going on here? As we can see, this is about Onision, aka Gregory James Daniel, Gregory Daniel Evero, what? And James Jackson, the aggressor. I've never heard of the James Jackson one. The aggressor in question. Onision he's in a tight bit of trouble. Chris Hansen, the guy from To Catch a Predator, well, there's a reason why he was going after Onision. And thankfully, Chris Hansen still had law enforcement connections. Went to the FBI about it. Yeah, this is getting good. Then you have Laney Bond, formerly known as Taylor Elaine Anderson, and Taylor Laney Elaine Avero. His spouse, former victim turned predator and co-conspirator. Sky, ex-wife. Alicia, ex-wife's younger sister, 2003 to 2010, stalked from 2010 to present day. Patient Zero, ex-fiance, name altered to protect career. AJ, ex-girlfriend, name altered and identifying details stricken out of respect. Well, you guys can read, because there's a lot of names to go through and a lot of people to go through. Like, oh, this young, emphasis on the young woman flown out to be Greg's camera woman. Oh, Count M. Apparently so young they couldn't even give out the details because they're minor. Probably what the M stands for. Prospective grooming victim, former fan of Kai. Yikes. Starting off in 2003 to 2005. Greg meets Sky, his future wife. The younger sister of Sky. He goes after her when he's 18 and she's 15. While she was drunk. Yikes. Ugh, gross. 2005, goes to the Air Force. Graduates, proposes to his wife, marries to sign a prenup. Getting a prenup is never a bad idea, guys. Get a prenup. They could be the love of your life. You don't know what's going to happen. Greg marries her. During the 5-year marriage, he demands she keeps her hair short, claims that if she doesn't wear shorts under her skirt, she could get raped. Sky also claims he would spend 3 hours masturbating to tentacle rape hentai most mornings so he could focus for the rest of the day. What? Ugh, gross. Just saying, what the? Ugh. Like, that's... Okay, we're gonna pass that. I wonder, are you so fat to hentai of underage girls being assaulted by tentacles every morning for 3 hours so that you can concentrate on the rest of your day? He said I looked like a whore for wearing skirts, dresses in public, and kept insisting I should cut my hair because it looked Amish. What does that even mean? He also said I would be too vulnerable if I didn't wear shorts underneath and would be targeted for rape. No. Greg and Sky create Onision on YouTube channel. Yay! Primary breadwinner with Greg's military career supplementing income until Greg worked to gain a discharge under honorable conditions in 2008 by refusing to shoot a rabbit, claiming conscientious objector status. Then why did you join the military if you weren't going to shoot a gun? Greg forbade her from getting a job outside of YouTube. She was often the one who wrote jokes for the sketches. They gradually gained popularity through music videos and comedy skits. Not bad. Uh-oh. Explaining why he isolated her, aka pretty much kidnapped and brainwashed her. Been a few days since Sky and I hung out with another couple, judging from the fact that these people were ones who knew they had a lifestyle that wasn't drugged out, beard out, smoked out, ethically looking. Wow, he's racist. And we can't even enjoy ourselves around them as much as we do each other. So I don't really see myself and Sky spending time with anyone in the future other than family. Yeah, it's pretty much he kidnapped her and brainwashed her. Sky's friends trying to intervene. Greg says that they're actually the abusive ones for not respecting Sky's love for him. You kidnap someone, pretty much. The Onision YouTube channel begins to pick up. And like with a lot of YouTubers, this is where the bad part comes in. If YouTube doesn't pay out and pay off in the end, maybe he goes and gets a real job. And his wife gets a real job. She meets real people. Kind of like what happened to Panda Lee when she got a real job. Yikes. Uh, well, that's when he pulls a series of stunts so he can get a discharge under honorable condition. Which, holy crap, they actually had the documentation for it. Yeah, I didn't actually read this beforehand. This is the first time for me seeing it too. Damn. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can read that or not. I can barely read it. Let me lean in. Lean in, manual read. Sky obtaining a job. I have recently deeply considered the possibility of her getting a job, and again, it seems so inappropriate. She would not see me nearly as much as she does now, and that is unacceptable. Wow. Stage 3 clinger. Bow, bow. Warning, warning. Stage 3 clinger. 2010 Onision music video, I'm a Banana. Submitted to Touch.0. As viewer video of the week, the results in the search of traffic on Onision becomes popular, resulting in a channel longevity lasting all the way up to 2016. Almost a million fans, especially in the 12 to 18-year-old age group, fiercely adore him by this point. Just like all it takes is one video. You get one video to Touch.0, bam, you're made. Amazing how that happens with some people. Uh-oh. Enter Patient Zero. Greg begins talking to Patient Zero over Skype. She's an underage fan of Nusian who has just turned 17. They talk often, sometimes for 6 to 10 hours a day. Mind you, his wife can't get a job because she wouldn't be able to see him as often. Do you think his wife's sitting there staring at him while he's talking to some underage girl for 10 hours? Don't think so. Yeah, see? Kept a secret from Sky. Which gives her severe depression as the relationship is deteriorating. Ruh-roh. Ooh, collecting alimony for the sum of $90,000. She claimed that she was 50% of the reason the channel Onision existed and worked full time on it. He's going to pursue his profits in court, so Onision sat out of court. 150 grand from him originally, but he offered we could afford paying over a period of 6 years, which was $90,000. $1,250 a month. Nice. She shut her own channel and gave up on it after a few months. Ouch, that sucks. Onision divorced his ex-wife because he said she always just sat around and browsed the web, that she repeatedly gave up in the middle of videos and refused to record further because of problems she had for years with her motivation. Except you were completely ignoring her for 6 to 10 hours a day, so you could creep on an underage girl. Just saying. Yikes. Goddamn. That just sucks that his greed did that. Like, dude, seriously, what the hell? Greg makes a video going over the lover's pact he made with Sky, that he made Sky agree to, claiming it was mutual. One is to never keep secrets from one another, while they kept a 17-year-old secret. While the other requests both partners be healthy, claiming that it's selfish for one of them to gain weight and not take into consideration the other person's sexual needs. Greg threatens to divorce Sky. Greg shows patient Vera his divorce papers over Skype. She's still 17. Greg drafts up the divorce contract, stating that he will allow Sky to live rent-free in his apartment for a year. It is later thrown out in court since it was signed under duress and not notarized. Dumbass. Greg publicly announces that he and Sky have been separated for a week. Sky makes her last appearance on the Nissan channel. Yay! She got away from the toxic asshole. Uh-oh. Greg has a deal with a car he and Sky share on his way to Pennsylvania. He buys a plane ticket instead and meets Patient Zero for the first time in a hotel room near... Oh, shit. First words she hears in person are, I can't wait to get you pregnant. Back home, Patient Zero's mother has alerted authorities that her daughter may be in danger. They search the hotel room on suspicion of filming child porn since Greg brought camera equipment and they leave. Holy shit. Holy wow. I mean, I knew he was messed up, but holy hell. The fact that it's all documented like this. I'm going to leave the link to this whole thing in the description box so you too can have a chance to read it yourself. Shortly after the incident, he rents an apartment in Canada in Patient Zero City for a few months as he waited for her to turn 18. Wow, how sweet for him to sit there staring at her. Turn 18. Turn 18. Turn 18. Oh, wait, and they live together in the apartment? What-oh. Yikes. How is he this good at manipulating people? I'll go, that's probably why he preys on children. Ran apart in my city for a few months while he waited for me to turn 18. Manipulated me into cutting off both my parents from my life. I lived in that apartment with you until you flew me to Tacoma on my birthday. Holy shit. Remember when I left you while we were living in that apartment because I found Sky's... Oh, wow. The 15-year-old girl he tried to... Ugh. On your computer, you admitted me that you Googled them yourself, got off to them, and then showed me all the other porn you were watching behind my back. Watching porn, not that big a deal. A lot of couples watch it together. But holy hell, especially with how, controlling he is. Yee. Greg probably announces that he and Patient Zero are dating. At this point, they have moved in together. A week later, Greg begins logging out of the editing bay so he can masturbate to animated porn, which are under... God damn, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? The house has no beds or furniture. Greg made Patient Zero service him about 8 times a day, leading to multiple... Ugh. Made her sleep next to him while he was editing videos so she could service him during the process. Greg at one point had said to Patient Zero, I love how you love me. It's so cute like a puppy. Aw. To her while she was sleeping next to his desk. This is 100% control freak. This is not good. Greg uploads a video revealing the tattoo he and Patient Zero received. Behind the scenes, Greg convinced her to get his name tattooed on the back of her neck. He acted surprised on camera and said, You spelled my name wrong, and reveals that he had Remember Love tattooed on his wrist. Patient Zero is still 17. In later years, he tells his targets the Patient Zero got tattooed on an impulse without his knowledge. Bullshit. Still 17. Holy shit. Finally turns 18. Yay! Spends the day at the airport as Greg was flying her out the next morning without needing her mother's consent. Wow. Oh, wow. Abusive relationship escalates. Oh, that's always a bad word to see. Greg demands that Patient Zero wear no feminine clothing, no makeup outside of filmed videos, and no padded bra. She's given graphic t-shirts, baggy hoodies, and boys' pants from Target. Dude, if you want to fuck guys, you can fuck guys. Being gay is perfectly legal in America. She's prevented, although they aren't, well, it's not legal to fuck underage boys, just like it's not legal to fuck underage girls. That's probably his issue. She's prevented from taking intoxicating substances of any kind in general contact with their friends and family. She cannot eat meat or have any online accounts without giving him the password. She shaves half her head to give herself a punk look, but during sex, Greg shaves all of it off to degrade her so she can be his good little whore. Like, dude, you don't have to be in the closet. What the beep? I don't tell people how terrified I realized I was when I was with my ex. Thing is, he is capable of truly put a shiver down my spine. I've only been that scared of someone once before him. That was the man who kidnapped me when I was young. Ooh. 1 second. I know this sucks. Got a message, anyways. You would think being in a bad relationship just means you have problems, but it was so much more than that. I was alienated away from my family. He got mad when I talked to my mom on the phone for too long and called me weird for such a close relationship with her. He made me stop talking to my father completely because my father threatened to kill him if he didn't get out of my life. My father obviously knew what kind of man my ex was. He didn't like when I talked to my friends back in Canada because many of them smoked weed or drank alcohol. He didn't want me to do music anymore because he wanted me home all the time to spend time with him. I realized only after the relationship was well over and I had moved on that he had some kind of resentment or hate towards women. The reason why I say this is because of his unnatural sexual aggressive nature. How he would like degrading me by calling me a bitch, slut, whore, good girl, his property. He wanted me to say things like, I'm your slut or I'll do whatever you want me to. I have no problem with aggression, but it went too far. He was choking me until I couldn't breathe or make a noise. I'd usually pass out from, oh, fuck. Choking in the bedroom? Fun. That style? Especially if he doesn't consent to it? Not so much. So we were just into each other, but I would get frequent UTI infections because he would be intimate with me sometimes as much as 8 times a day. Not only that, but he would hurt me. I would feel raw and bruised from too much and going too hard. And then shave the whole head. I have so much more I could say, but I'd rather not relive it all. I just hope that this little girl gets out as fast as possible. It takes a village to raise a child. I was 17 when he came out to me. She is also 17. Please, everyone, just keep an eye on the girl. I don't know what to do if something happened to her. What I would do. Gah. Ooh, she's having ugh. She's having seizures and all that. God damn. Greg filmed this? Holy shit. Ah. Passes out another stage in which she has suffered such debilitating memory loss that she believes she has been kidnapped by Greg. She is wet, shaking, and only covered with a blanket as Greg films her. Greg does not take her to the hospital. Holy shit. This is fucking crazy. Of course it got over 1 million views. It's a fucked up video and the internet loves fucked up stuff. Good. Glad she didn't respond. Keep it up, Sky. Never. Uh-oh. I broke up with her a lot, and every time she refused to leave, I was stupid and forgave her, till finally she threatened to kill herself and make it look bad, so I called the cops, and when they took her to a clinic, I ran. She then said people were after me, and then said the same people changed their minds and went after her. Then she called me up saying she was homeless. Aww. Damn. Ooh, Shane Dawson. Kai, aka LaneyBot. From this point on, Kai, aka LaneyBot, replies to every single one of Greg's tweets the second they are posted with idolatry and sweating in hopes that Greg will notice him. At this point, Kai is 15. Ruh-roh. Finds a new underage girl that he calls AJ. Greg uploads a video announcing that he and AJ broke up like a day later. Wow. Greg tweets that Sky is supporting him during the breakup with AJ. Little does he know that AJ was speaking to Patient Zero and Sky around this point in time. Ruh-roh. Greg flies to Texas and gets a hotel room to meet AJ in person for the first time and almost immediately pressures her into having sex with him. On the first sexual encounter, he ignores her, saying no, 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 and over to sex. Greg uses her latex allergy against her and lays the pressure on her to let him come inside of her raw, even though she begs him not to. He does it anyway. Like I said, I'll be posting this in the comment section so you can click on all the links. He expresses that he wants to marry her and knock her up, even though they are only meeting for the first time. Greg uploads a video titled She Fixed Me, announcing that AJ's fixed his emotional troubles. Behind the scenes, he's pressuring her to abandon her job and even rehome her pets to move in with him at the drop of a hat. Why does he do this to every single girl? Final straw. AJ finally drops him cold turkey. That night, Greg insinuates to his audience that AJ gave him STDs on Facebook and Twitter. AJ defends herself and reveals that the deaths of Greg's emotional manipulation, as well as dubious consent of their sexual encounter. Greg begins spam calling AJ and leaving voicemails. During those voicemails, he states he has borderline personality disorder. Later, it's self-diagnosed, meaning it's not real. If you're not my way, then you're wrong. AJ continues to not answer calls. Greg becomes upset and continues to leave voicemails, but he was immediately hidden and completely ignored. Then begins to threaten to expose every single detail of the relationship. Again, link to the video will be part of the description box and all that. Sometimes around here, he befriends Sky again, posts about it on Facebook. Kai tweets, I like when Onision is single because it allows me to daydream that I actually could have a chance. This is currently the first known outreach to Greg, this being when he was underage. Again, 15. Greg announces that patient 0 was pregnant. This is later confirmed with a blood test and ultrasound, also filmed on camera. Wow. Sky makes her own YouTube channel, Fell from the Sky, after discovering her love for sketch comedy. Patient 0 goes in for a prenatal checkup and does not hear a heartbeat. The baby died, but did not pass. Patient 0, age 18, Googles going septic. Uh-oh. Of course he's trying to make money off of it. Post a video. Patient 0 has sepsis and private. Greg refuses to pay for the required healthcare, forcing Patient 0 to fly back to Canada. Greg emails Alicia about Patient 0 having sepsis, as Alicia wants to work with him. Ruh-roh. Well, if you paid for her treatment, she wouldn't have to fly back to Canada, dude. Greg deletes and re-uploads the video of Patient 0 has sepsis, proclaiming that Patient 0 lied to him. He uploads a video on the same day entitled Goodbye, Patient 0, in which he declares Patient 0 a liar. Patient 0 is wheeled into the Canadian ER with extreme abdominal pain. She's given some medicine and spends the next 10 hours in the ER as soon as scrape out the septic fatal. She's delirious at the emergency DNC and asks for Greg. Her mother steals her passport, ensuring Patient 0 will not go back to him. Ah, gross. Greg emails Alicia if she's okay. Greg emails Alicia if she wants to star in a comedy skit where the two parents abuse each other and use the baby as a weapon in arguments till one dies. She does not respond. Fucked up. Especially for someone that you're not actually working with. Greg wears patient 0 $1,100 via Western Union, telling patient 0 to get a new passport so she can return to the United States for him. She does not and pawns the engagement ring for an Xbox. Nice. Should have gotten a PS3 instead, but hey. Or would that be PS2 era? Anyways. Greg uploads Her Easy Life, in which he rages against Sky and complains about how unfair it is that he must pay alimony. Sky responds on Facebook posts that since entering therapy, she's been able to hear from Greg's domestic abuse and rediscover her passion. Sky's statement is with disbelief and vitriol from Greg's fans. Greg also hosts a live stream where he states that he and Sky are no longer on good terms. Can be found on Onision Drama Live 7. Greg emails Alicia saying that he's gotten back together with Patient 0 and asks them to collaborate. I doubt that. Uh-oh. Aww. Of course Onision destroyed her career on YouTube. Greg emails Alicia informing her that he archived their video. Alicia does not respond. Greg begins contact with Kai, aka Laney, about, again, 15 years old. Regards him being his soulmate. Holy shit. Greg emails Sky trying to gain sympathy and accusing her of stealing from him. Things got really screwed up beyond repair, but this will forever be adorable. Check attachment. Wish you didn't lie, steal the contract, leave my home a mess. All that ruined our future. Let alone me abandoning you, calling us mistakes. So many things have been said, destroying everything we were. Were you really after my possessions? Is that all you cared about? Retro. Ooh, taxes! Just like DSP, imagine that. Greg emails Sky, accusing her of lying in illegal documents and calling her cruel. If she lied in illegal documents, you can sue her for that. Oh, but he never sued her. Almost as if she didn't lie in legal documents. Uh-oh. So not only did he begin dating a 15-year-old, he had to consult a lawyer to say it would be legal for him to date him. Ruh-roh. Uh-oh. Yikes. God damn. You are greed and have no honor. Dude. Wow. Greg begins wearing a ring in his videos and boasts that he's keeping his personal life private. Kai is noticed wearing a similar ring in selfies. 2 years later, Greg would recall in that video he proposed to Kai over Skype by saying, "You know I'm going to marry you, right?" Kai had not met Greg in person before that point. At best, they had been in personal contact for a month and Kai was still underage. That's messed up. Uh-oh. God, he moves not just across the country, but across the planet to get close to his underage victims. AJ sees the breakup video with patient zero and sends Greg an email. In it, she takes responsibility for the hurtful things she said out of anger, explaining she didn't have ill intentions when they dated and wishes him the best after his recent breakup. Greg uploads, Onision, total victory! Hey! Declaring that AJ's apology proves his moral superiority, that he has always been the good guy in all the relationships, twisting her words sound like an apology. Later on, he uses this email to discredit future victims, claiming that they will eventually apologize just like her. Wow. Far from the Sky uploads its last video. Sky's YouTube and Facebook are abandoned after Greg's fans stormed both accounts in response to Greg's alimony complaints. Greg emails Leisha asking about her life, if she's married and if she's working. Dude, leave her alone. Ooh, Greg makes a flurry Facebook post complaining about his alimony payments to Sky. Wow. You know, if you don't marry her, you don't have to pay it. Just saying. She's like, oh, you're gonna kill yourself if I don't end alimony payments? Alimony payments? Wow, payments? So either way, it's a win-win for Sky. Ruh-roh. Though you lied to get in the first place, she's never signed a prenup, dude. No prenup, you pay alimony. That's why you get a prenup. Also, that's a legal thing. You can't just terminate paying alimony. You have to pay that. Why can't I just be happy? Because you're an asshole. Oh, this video's so not getting monetized. Considering just giving it all up, why won't you let me move on? Why can't you let me be happy? Because you're a piece of shit. Oh, pulling a boogie. Threatening to kill himself. Greg emails Sky that he's lost all respect for her since she did not follow the non-notarized contract that was forced against her. You cannot put a gun to someone's head, make them sign a contract, and say, hey, look at that, it's a legally binding contract. You had a gun to their head. Doesn't work. But again, you can't discontinue payments. That's a legal thing. You can't do that. Uh-oh. Man, he's a bitch. If I'm scrolling too fast for you again, all this will be in the description box. No info, no payment. Out of line, send the info. Greg once again emails Sky about alimony payments, calling her a slave owner. Once again bringing up the non-notarized contract he forced her to sign. Sky does not respond. Uh-oh. Kai's and Greg's relationship becomes long distance. Kai is still underage. Never forget that. He's still underage. Emails Alicia, hey, I'm back from LA. Why do you keep going after Alicia, dude? Oh yeah, that's not creepy or anything. Moving in this boy into your house without telling his parents. Oh, this looks juicy. This looks very juicy. I don't know if anyone will read this, but I'm sick of keeping these secrets for someone who lied to me and fucked me over. There's so much people don't know, and I've been the best friend I could be. There's a lot of people don't know about Taylor, and I'm sick of sitting on it all. Uh-oh. Taylor never dated Greg when she was 16. She dated him when she was 17. Still underage. Around the time Greg and Shiloh were together, they began to talk after he saw her. So the amount of tweets she did about him and replying back to her, they began to talk over Twitter and Skype. They got together about a week or so after Greg and Shiloh broke up for the last time. Greg came out to see Taylor, in which he rented a house. So, God damn, this guy gets a house everywhere. Moved back to Washington and decided that they should not see each other for 4 or 5 months until she had started college. When she started college, he moved into an apartment where they would live together while she was in school. Just like with Kai. Wow. Holy hell. Like, this is fucking crazy. Greg emails Alicia and offers the pair enough to live on if she signs her channel over to him. She does not respond. What the fuck is up with him and Alicia? Like, dude, get the message. She does not want you. She wants nothing to do with you. Kyle acknowledges Regina on Instagram and comes into contact with them for the first time. Regina is practically a fetus at the tender age of 14. From here, the bond escalates, and 2013 is spent with Kai hardcore flirting with Regina, despite Kai being a married legal adult during that year. Damn. Greg emails Alicia asking her to work full time on his channel and thinks aloud that he'll write a contract once her channel is earning more than he's paying her. He'll sign her channel back over to her. Alicia never agreed to sign her channel over the first time. She continues not to respond. Aw, him crying out publicly, give me sympathy money. Now that he and Kai are dating, Kai is initially camera shy. Greg emails Alicia, you and I work together perfectly, and begs her to work with him with the promise of payment. But she hasn't responded to you, ever. Does not respond. Again. Greg and Kai are married through the New Mexico court system. Kai has been 18 years old for a month. Greg's 27th birthday was 3 days before this. You're 45. You have a 9-year age gap with someone who's 36. Not that big a deal. 27 and 18? That 9 years is a big deal. Just saying. Greg emails Sky asking her to contact her about him filing a joint tax return in 2010. She had filed a separate one. She does not respond. Why would she file a joint with you? She's not with you anymore. Greg emails Sky about paying off alimony in bulk and again asking her to contact her IRS and nullify 2010 tax return. She does not respond. That is the best response you can do to him, is do not respond. Greg asks Alicia if she wants to relaunch her channel. She does not respond. Greg emails Alicia again if she wants to be his new content. If she's seen his new content, again invites her to work with him. She does not respond. He emails again to go on a prank tour. She does not respond. Sends the email to multiple addresses owned by Alicia in response to her ghosting him. She does not respond. Fucking love it. Kai's parents receive a letter from a concerned bystander letting them that Greg is dangerous. Greg is furious and blames one of his most visible veteran critics, Daniel Slosbach. Ooh, Repzion! Love Repzion, check him out. For sending a letter, an incident dubbed the Snail Mail Stalker. Daniel is pressured to apologize. He shouldn't have. The infamous Snail Mail Stalker, however, was confirmed to be sent by username Don't Stand Close to Me. So it wasn't even Repzion. Wow. Shelby Taylor, a vocal online critic of Greg's, receives an email with a picture of a handwritten letter attached. Her reception of the letter is received shortly after a public video chat debate between her and Greg in which Greg sabotaged Shelby's audio, causing it to echo as Greg spoke over her with a grin. The sender alleges that the woman who wrote the letter was her dead sister. The letter alleges that the sister was raped by Greg and suffered such severe PTSD that she tried to commit suicide but botched it and went on life support. The sender alleges that the sister was taken off life support and died. No one has come forward to claim they wrote the letter or that they were the original sender. Its authenticity has neither been confirmed nor disproven. Shelby states that the timing of when she received the email was too suspicious. She believes the email was a letter and the letter was sent from Greg. Of course it was. Of course it was from Greg. Who else would it be from? Stop so you guys can look at it. You can go, of course, you can always pause when you need to. Oh, hey, look at that. Again, I'm going to read it so you guys can read it at your own leisure. I was never abused by Onision, but his son is fans after me. Sounds about right. Damn. Kai announces that he is pregnant and that the baby is due in late December. Huh. Greg emails Sky about alimony payments again and about her not contacting their eyes about the 2010 separately filed tax return. He also mentions paying out the rest of the alimony payments in bulk. She does not respond. Good idea. Greg emails Alicia again asking her to hang out. She does not respond. Greg uploads Onision's life hearsay or his Speaks channel where he describes Sky as lazy and the reason for her abandoning her channels. Totally wasn't the fact that you sent your fanboys after and destroyed her channel. Nah. Ooh, here we are into 2014. Greg posts a tirade of Facebook statuses berating and humiliating Kai's sister when she allegedly expressed an opinion about sex and the size of one's genitals. Kai did not publicly defend her and claims that it was a private matter that he handled over private messages. The hell? Like, it wasn't even about Onision, it was about her ex or whatever. Like, why are you sticking your nose in this, dude? Wow. I like that. Love does not equal body type. By the way, if you get too fat, I'm gonna beat you and torture you until you lose weight. Yeah. Holy shit. Kai tweets that he and Regina have officially started dating on October 29, 2014. She has been 17 for literally a day and is still a minor. Wow. Kai tweets that he is sending Regina news. He is 21 at the time and Regina is 17. People think he is joking. He is not. I'm not clicking that archive link at all. No. Around this time, Kai is very active on his old Twitter, LaneyBot, and starts casually flirting with fans and asking them to send selfies. This time, Regina, Lane, and Sarah become close to Kai. They create Laney's fan Snapchat where Regina presumably handles, and Regina introduces Lane and Sarah to Kai. Ruh-roh. Terrible. Regina makes a post on Tumblr saying that they're excited to finally meet Kai later that year. Don't go to Tumblr, it's a cesspool of scum and filth. Kai makes a tweet towards Sarah joking that he is grooming her nicely as a jab towards public concerns brought up against Greg for grooming Kai. Greg emails Sky about paying the rest of the alimony bulk. She doesn't respond. Greg emails Sky again about paying the rest of the alimony bulk. She doesn't respond. Greg and Kai get into a public spat because Kai followed a musician who publicly spoke out against Greg. Wow. Talk about thin skin. And again, I'll go slowly, but if you need to pause, you can always do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be long enough. Email Sky. Doesn't respond. Sounds familiar. Kai, formerly known as Laney, begins talking to Billy Webb, a freshly 18-year-old Instagram model. Ruh-roh. Yikes. Ooh, Regina finally turns 18. Greg asks Billy if she thought about dating Kai, aka Laney-Bot. Greg continues asking Billy about any interest in dating Kai, aka Laney-Bot. Stop and pause so you guys can read it at your own will. After you pause. Stop again. Greg tweets a tirade insulting Kai's mother in public and continues even when Kai asks him to stop. Because of course he does. God damn. Like, dude, what the fuck is... Well, obviously he has a lot of issues, but damn. Oh, screenshots of Kai's interaction with Regina over Facebook. Kai toys their emotions and sends Snapchat videos of himself singing love songs to them in the shower. Kai swaps names with Regina around the same time as... Wait, was she 18 at the time? Hopefully. Although they already said he was sending her news when she was not 18, which is illegal. More messages between Kai and Regina at this point in time. Kai, aka Laney-Bot. Now identifies as agender. He requests that people use they them pronouns when addressing him. Greg often does not address Kai by his pronouns and sometimes even addresses him by his birth name, knowing it irritates and upsets Kai on camera. Greg often does not remember Kai's pronouns unless admonishing a detractor who do not know Kai's gender identity when criticizing Greg. Kai flip-flops on what pronouns he prefers, tolerates or rejects, so many viewers are confused, giving Greg easy ammunition to berate or dismiss critics. Oh, he breaks up with Billy, even though he's married to Greg, so, alright, whatever. Oh, Kai and Greg also separated due to an incident with Billy and Greg. Also, Greg banged Billy. Alright, that's always good to know. Why would it be Billy's fault? She's not the one married. Yikes. Keep our family together. There is no family. Man, this is so messed up. Sarah is introduced to the idea of entering a relationship with Kai and Greg. She is 15. Kai and Greg invite Billy back. Sarah is 6... Oh, God. And then he's meeting with Sarah in 6 days. Ruh-roh. Sarah visits Greg and Kai's home for the first time weeks later after a tumultuous night at her home. Sarah confides in her family. Confides her family troubles in Kai. Currently pregnant, Kai responds by inviting Sarah to come with him, Greg, and their young son. Haley, aka Luxy Moo, tweets at Kai a picture of her wearing Laney-Bot merch. This would kick off their private conversation, would ultimately lead to Greg speaking with her. Ruh-roh. Sarah goes to live with Greg and Kai. Again, she's 16 years old. Many states away from her family. 16 years old. Greg emails Bill and Ayala with flight information stating Billy betrayed Greg and Kai, aka Laney-Bot, by sleeping with Greg. How dare you betray Laney-Bot by sleeping with me? That is the worst thing you could have done, sleeping with me. How dare you? Uh-oh. Billy and Ayala, with information regarding their 2017 tax return. Wonder who's paying them. Greg texts Haley, aka Luxy Moo, a girl that Kai, aka Laney-Bot, was interested in, on behalf of Kai to inform Haley that Kai is physically attracted to her. Kai, aka Laney-Bot, was not presenting as a trans man at the time, and Haley was not interested in men. All messages are posted in this gallery. Again, you can go through this and click as you need to. Greg tries to coerce Haley into dating him as well. He'll now have a fraction of the attention Kai gave him before. Haley says she's not sure what a three-way relationship would imply, and that she likes Kai, trying to politely turn Greg down. Uh-oh. Greg has a conversation about video games with Haley and seems interested in her financial circumstances. You work paycheck to paycheck. Uh-oh. Greg reveals that he paid for Kai's college tuition and claims to give Kai $4K a month, after he was already ready to relinquish custody of his son to run off with Billy. Yikes. Greg again presses her for a three-way relationship. Gross. You'd be all for it because you would want it, because again, that is what being worth it means. This is just so fucking much. Let her choose a cookie cutter nuclear life if that's what she wants. If you want to have a three-way relationship and everyone consents to it, have at it. If you don't want it, don't do it. I don't understand the value of friendship. What could you offer us that many family members or even my romantic partner cannot? You can be friends with people of the same sex and opposite sex while trying to bang them. If you're straight, gay, or bi. Doesn't matter. Friendship will be hard as he talks Haley through the same circle over and over again. Haley being into Laney Bond in the first place on your part seems like it was just you being confused about your sexuality. He tells Haley that she is solution to Kai, aka Laney Bot's recent breakup with Billy. Haley calls us out and says that she feels like a distraction. Probably was. Haley again refuses Greg, like, dude, go the fuck away. Greg announces that he and Billy and Kai are back together in private. One of the conditions of them getting back together was that Greg proposed to Billy was getting a tattoo of a lily on her arm as a tribute to her and Kai, aka Laney Bot's ship name. That could be really romantic, if not in this setting. Greg sends a text to Billy and Kai, aka Laney Bot, which he calls the Beautiful People contract. Ooh, I've seen about this before. Like, no drugs of any kind, no alcohol, no meat. Again, it's just him being super controlling. Well, when I actually heard about this when it happened, yeah, Billy's a drug addict. Dude, it's pot. Get over it. Should be willing to change their interests and stop doing something he doesn't like. If asked. They don't, they're destroying their relationship. Having different hobbies and interests is one of the things that makes relationships good. Because then I can show them something that they maybe didn't know about before, and they can show me something that I didn't know about before or didn't do. And it's like, you know what, that was cool, but I'm good on that. Well, great, you tried. You gave it a chance, but I'm not going to tell them that they can't keep doing it. Greg posts your lies end here till Onision speaks, dressed in the public, pointing out how creepy it is to have Sarah, a 16-year-old, living with them. He calls everyone questioning their motives perverted, as he's probably never date an idiot. Greg wishes death on Billy and other stoners. Greg continues to rage on Twitter and shares private messages exchanged with Billy. Billy gives the most amazing response to Greg's attempts at manipulation ever recorded. LOL, be mad. Ayala reveals that Greg had asked Billy to do humiliating things as punishment for lying to them about smoking weed. Wow. What is up with him and making women shave their heads? That is weird. Huh. Uh-oh. Information censored, thank you. Greg uploads It's Over, I Give Up Bye to YouTube, in which he shares private information about Billy. Yeah, again, you can click on what you want to or need to do. YouTube shares too much truth about previous girlfriend. To further monetize his abuse, the video is currently unlisted. After asking Greg to stop mentioning her altogether, Ayala posts, my final season desist to Onision on our YouTube channel. Uh-oh. Terrible. Billy shares screenshots of Greg asking her to do humiliating things as a punishment, or else he will dump her. Greg again emails Billy and Ayala about stuff they need to. Oh, let's give you guys a chance to pause when you need to. Alright. Stuff they need to do for the 2017 tax returns. Just stuff about taxes. At least he's trying to pay their, or get them to pay their taxes. I heard he didn't pay his though, which is pretty funny. Greg emails Billy and Ayala about how poorly he handled things and that he loved Billy. I was told to both of you, please take me back. Don't do it. Trying to use his money to buy love and influence, but it doesn't work that way, dude. More tax return stuff. Uh-oh. Tell the truth about us. We did. That's why we're concerned. And that's why you're mad, because we're exposing you. Alright, pause when you need to. Kai emails Billy apologizing for the way he treated her. God, there's just so much to go over. Greg emails Billy about how he cannot continue a relationship with Billy, that Billy still wants to be together, that she needs to be with Kai, aka Laney Bot only. Greg follows up with another email going into more detail about what happened. Kai is crying and how it is no longer an option to date Kai only. Yes, it is. Go away. Give you a pause. Kai emails Billy once again to talk. If you would be willing. Oh, Sarah finally returns home at the age of 16 after who knows what was done to her. Greg probably admits that he is verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, manipulative, rude, inconsiderate, selfish, self-righteous, and cynical to Kai, confirming the abuse that people have criticized Greg for years. Next day, he dismisses the tweets as depression flare-up. It was my depression, just like DSP. Imagine that. Imagine how many things locals share together, isn't it? Sarah flies up to Washington to visit Kai and Greg, and a You Now livestream with Joy Sparkle BS, a fervent online critic of Greg's public statements. Greg says to Joy, cut your fucking hair, you Amish bitch. What does he have against the Amish? I don't get that. What does he hate the Amish? Like, what is... The Amish have done nothing to him. Ooh, Greg's debate with Blair White. Blair called him out because of his videos where he rated underage girls on their body. She calls him a pedophile. Because he is. Sarah moves back in with Kai and Greg. Kai uploads a video trying on chest binders, a clothing item that looks like a sports bra but compresses breasts to flatten one's chest and helps alleviate gender dysphoria. Greg emails Alicia, how have you been? We've not talked in a long time. Alicia does not respond. Good move by you, girl. Greg posts body positive areolas, revealing that he found Alicia's suicide girls modeling pictures in the past and claims the woman he was dating, hinting it was patient zero, was insecure, knowing that Greg was attracted to Alicia. Alicia claims neither she nor Sky ever revealed their modeling career to Greg, meaning he had to hunt it down and get it. Ooh, Account M is flown out to become Kai's girlfriend. Kai is a fan of Kai who was texting. What the hell? Website blocked due to riskware. Okay, I'm gonna have to run a virus check after this. Anyways. The idea to fly out Account M was spur of the moment, giving her practically no time to prepare or think about it. She brings presents for their children and spends the night there. Greg has had little to no contact with Account M throughout Kai text messages based relationship with Account M to her knowledge. Greg approaches Account M on Christmas morning and asks if she'd like to say yes to a polyamorous relationship. Right-row. Account M believes it's a V-type where she's dating Kai, Greg's dating Kai, but she has nothing to do with Greg. Greg closes the V at this agreement and insults Account M by forcing a kiss on her before she can erect her consent. Later on, Account M rejects Greg's advances. Greg is furious and he's not used to people rejecting him. Screams Account M as he holds his young son. Account M texts Greg apologizing for any stress she caused, says that everyone has healed. After everyone has healed, she would like to try again for a V-type polyamorous relationship. Greg, burned by her rejection, speaks on behalf of Kai and tells her that they are happier now that things are peaceful once again, and rejects her apology. Wow. Greg emails Ayala and Billy about giving Laney a chance for closure, also accusing Billy for sharing personal details about his kids and Ayala for posting a picture of his kids. It should be noted that the picture in question was immediately deleted when Ayala realized the kids were in the background. So she wasn't posting a picture of his kids. She was probably posting a picture of him doing something messed up and then realized, oh, hey, his kids are in the background. Let's get rid of that. Oh, God, there's so much to go over. I'll let you guys read that at your leisure, so you can pause. Before I start scrolling down again. God damn, there's so much to this. Billy's boyfriend told the world that he hopes our kids are crying. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, no, she didn't realize the kids were in the background. As soon as she did, she deleted it. Ooh, moving on to 2018. We're getting there, guys. Greg leaks private texts between himself and Account M in a YouTube video, revealing their relationship to the public and attempting to paint his rejection in a way that benefits his image. Uh-oh. Kind of reveals what truly happened. She alleges that Greg often smirks when people tell him secrets and says that behind the camera he looks like a monster. Because he is a monster. Uh-oh. Diapergate. Kai and Madison. Greg's left charge of her baby girl, and Madison gives him her contact information if anything happens. Greg ignores the baby when she needs a diaper change. Does not tell Madison at any point that he won't change her diaper or that the baby needed to be changed. The baby was left sitting in his own waste for hours. When Madison comes back, resulting diaper rash leaves the baby's upper legs, but lower back bleeding from abrasions. Ugh. She claims Greg got up in her face and screamed at her for getting mad at him about this. Months after the attempted relationship has dissolved, Kai continues incessantly messaging Count M. Though Count M responds only to tell him to stop talking to her, Kai still pesters her a week later. God damn. Guy was obsessed. Ooh, the smoking gun. The time that he sent Regina, who was 17 at the time, or no, was Sarah, who was 17 at the time, a nude. Hey, imagine that. He would have been 23 years old at this time. Ruh-roh. Cap uploads a video to a channel called Dollar Menu Taco Bell Mukbang Vegetarian. The background of the video, you can hear the kids in the background screaming and crying as Greg regularly cusses at them, screaming to take some responsibility. Kai seems unfazed. Father of the Year award right there, I tell you what. The public concerns surrounding whether or not Sarah is being groomed by the couple reach a fever pitch. When Isan texts Sarah, he wants her to make a video defending Kai and go on a live stream to answer questions. When she was hesitant to make a video go live, he calls her and tells her to be an adult. But she's not an adult. She's a minor. Like, she's a minor, so she can't be an adult. Just saying. Pause. Scroll down a little bit more. Pause. Alright, continue. That night, Kai and Greg host separate live streams. Kai goes first and states that Sarah is only his friend and that they are completely platonic. He states that he has never cuddled Sarah, which is a lie. Directly contradicted by past videos. Has never kissed Sarah and never done anything inappropriate with her. You know, if you went after adult women and men, you wouldn't have had this issue. The fact that you're going after minors is the issue here. Like, oh yeah, we cuddled and we kissed. Oh, she was 22 at the time. That's not that big a deal. Go ahead. Oh, she was 16? That's the issue. Greg goes next, and in his statement throw Kai under the bus, he reveals that Sarah expressed romantic feelings for Kai, which Kai was hence hesitant to act upon. Greg says that they don't know what the future holds for Sarah. Greg texts Sarah saying that he's going to send her an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, if you didn't know, and apologizing for the way he's treated her for all these years. He misses distancing himself and is happy that he no longer has to do so. This may coincide with Sarah finally becoming 18. Yay, she's finally no longer a minor. Good job. Kai uploads a video called Trying On My Old Girl's Clothes where he goes through all the clothing he's donating, including his wedding dress. He says he still has fond memories attached to the wedding dress, after which Greg rips it apart on camera. Kai gasps and the background music kicks up as he protests Greg's actions. Though Kai later plays it off as a joke, this is not the worst emotional abuse Kai broadcasted to the world. Aww. Greg releases a video covering Diapergate, accusing Madison of being a terrible parent, saying that the baby's skin was awful before he let her stew in her own waste for hours, defending his own actions by saying he didn't want to look at like a pedophile for changing the baby. You gotta change the baby, or they get the diaper rash and it can be really painful. Kai, aka Lanybot, announces that he is a transgender man and states that originally he was thinking of transitioning under the name Eli or Spencer. However, Greg suggested that he's instead adopt the name Kai, which Kai accepts. Kai states that he badly wants top surgery, a procedure which would transform a person's breasts to a flat masculine presenting chest. Claims that he's still breastfeeding his children. They'll have to wait to receive the surgery. This coincides with the television broadcast of American Horror Story Cult, which featured a blue-haired cult leader named Kai Anderson. Greg has praised the character of Kai Anderson in the past. Anderson was also Kai's maiden name. Oh, damn. So that all kind of ties together. Greg pays to change his legal name from Gregory James Avor to James Jackson, the same date that Kai changed his legal name from Taylor Elaine Avero to Kai Jackson. People suspect Greg has changed his name to evade legal matters. Wouldn't surprise me. Holy shit. Greg announces he has bought a sex doll named Julia and made a Patreon for it to sell lewd photos and videos of the doll in compromising positions. He later mentions that he named the doll after a 15-year-old girl who was sexually intimate with him when he was 11 years old. Wow. This becomes a source of controversy as Greg asserts that since he did not see himself as traumatized and still enjoyed the memory years later, it was not molestation and he was not a victim. Yes, it was, and yes, he was. All hell breaks loose. Alia reveals that Greg groomed Sarah and slept with her a very short time ago. Retro. Sarah goes live on you now. It is revealed in a live stream that Kai actively participated in Sarah's grooming. Sarah claims that she and Kai were having phone sex in the car while Greg drove her to the airport. Suddenly, Kai said that if Greg had a pair of boobs in the picture, he would allow Kai to have top surgery. The pair of boobs in this instance was Sarah's sexual autonomy. Retro. Uh-oh. Sarah is furious. She reveals that behind the scenes, Greg has been texting her blackmail, emotional, and manipulation, threatening to lie to the public, which claims that Sarah was the sexual aggressor against Greg and Kai to deflect accusations and reverse the victim-offender roles. She tweets screenshots of Greg's text messages. Multiple instances of coercion of a minor are alleged. So it started back when she was 14. Oh, it's going a little too fast. Ooh, I've sold my prescription before. Yikes. Damn, he mad. Uh-huh. This is all bullshit. I saw like that. Damn, he mad. Screenshot released by Sarah of a conversation between Greg and Kai. Greg is gray, Kai is blue. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yikes. Ooh, Blair White interviews Sarah and uploads the video exposing Onision child grooming. Here, Sarah reveals that she traded topless photos with Kai when she was underage, and Kai reciprocated. Retro. At every age Kai has known Sarah, he would have been a legal adult when trading news with her. Sky reemerges on Twitter as a fish in the percolator to support Sarah and Alicia. Revise their Twitter account. Netunisa? Whatever. Let's just call it Net. To confirm the authenticity of Sky's account. Sky states that she was no contact for years going about her life in the real world. Though some close friends informed her of Sarah's grooming. Discusses she made an account to expose all the emails in which Greg threatened to kill himself over alimony payments, and reveal the details of Greg's emotional abuse to lend more credence to Sarah's account. Alicia also reveals how Greg tried to pursue her physically when she was only 15, while he was dating her sister. Greg emails Alicia apologizing if she is upset with him. Greg DMs Alicia on Twitter with a screenshot of the email he sent her, a screenshot originally posted 9/12/2019. I mean, so this is all coming up just very recently. Like, holy hell. Regina confirms on Twitter that Kai, aka Lanybot, sent Regina nudes, that at the tender age of not legal, Regina sent nudes back. Rutrow. Sarah releases more information on Twitter. Sarah used to have a three-way wrestling match between Kai and Greg, also massages. Sarah bought Kai's old laptop, which Sarah alludes to having incriminating information. Kai and Greg forgot to wipe the hard drive on it. Sarah mentions that when Kai and Greg publicly shamed Billy, she decided to start saving receipts. Sarah continues to release more information about the situation on Twitter. Going through the messages and content on the laptop is making Sarah upset. She is considering getting professional help to cope with the trauma. Craig continues to DM Alicia on Twitter about why they are so upset. Screenshot originally posted 9/12/2019. So it's not like, oh yeah, this happened years ago, just get over it. No, this happened very recently. Ooh, Alicia finally responds to Greg after years of him trying to get her to contact him. Sheesh. Alright, you guys can pause if you want to read it longer. Patient Zero creates a throwaway account to protect her music career and come forward with her story of abuse at Greg's hands. Legitimacy of the account is confirmed by Alicia, Madison, and Sky. Sarah tries to plead with Kai after Patient Zero's account. She states that Greg doesn't love Kai. Greg doesn't know what love is. He doesn't. He's a sociopath. And apparently admitted this to Sarah. Sarah shares more. Kai's innocent, but Greg does hurt him, and as a witness to Greg's abuse, Sarah considers the way Kai is treated every day mental torture. Sarah releases a timeline of what happened to her. Dates can be confirmed with plane tickets and Tumblr posts that Sarah wrote around the stated times. Sarah credits the reason why she's speaking about this because of her friend Dylan. We'll pause. Let you guys read. Greg continues going after Alicia on Twitter, commenting on how she posted a screenshot and going on about how nobody's perfect. Pause. Repzion, I think they meant Repzion. But anyways, 9/12. Repzion puts out a video covering Onision and Kai, recapping the information revealed so far. Maybe it is Repzion, maybe it's a different person, but... Sarah shares more on Twitter. When asked if Sarah dated anyone under Greg and Kai's care, she states that there was a boy who liked her and she wanted to be friends with Greg as well, and who wanted to be friends with Greg as well, but Greg was cold to the boy and told Sarah to tell him to stay away. Sarah states she will not let Greg hurt another young girl. Greg has made videos alluding to murdering and hurting Sarah. In the video, Greg has placed a wig resembling Sarah's hair on his sex doll and disposes of it. He runs through skits in which sort of characters, including a Barbie doll, talk shit about him, and he materializes in a Sith Lord costume to kill them. There's a news anchor muttering about sex scandals and a running gag in which people call for Greg's cancellation after he put peanut butter on the Barbie doll's vagina and got eaten by a bear. These characters are murdered with a lightsaber. The doll is burned into black, melted plastic. There's direct threat to blow up a man who once made a parody video of the I'm a Banana song, which Greg specifies him by the city he lives in. Wow. This is fucked up. Regina goes live. Twitter user by the name of Small But Wide comes forward with more info about Kai. She was blinded by love, and her feelings for Kai were real, but Kai's were not, even though Kai said he liked her. Kai claimed he didn't want to be in a relationship because Small But Wide acted too much like Billy. Small But Wide released a screenshot on this date to further substantiate Sarah and Regina's claim of Kai's emotional manipulation. Let you guys read that. Let you guys read that. Ooh, even more. Goddamn, even more. We gotta be nearing the end, right? I hope so. 104 of 120. Alright, so we are almost at the end. God, I mean, there's so much to cover. This is like, I've done a couple things about Onision in the past, but there's just so much, and Repzion covers it way better. But man, I got this sent to me, and it's like, you know what? Thank you to the fan who sent to me. I'm gonna do this. Billy creates a Twitter and starts speaking out against Onision and Kai. While most people knew Greg's emotional manipulation surrounding the infamous Cuddlegate and Basementgate, many were not aware that Kai heaped a lot of pressure on Billy to refuse Greg's advances, which meant that Billy's consent to sex with Greg was not actually enthusiastic. Regina released screenshots from old Skype messages between them and Kai. States they were 16 when these happened. Ruh-roh. That's not good. Greg goes into his private Twitter and posts a series of tweets role-playing a violent sexual encounter between himself and the reader. Yikes. Some of the women responding to these tweets fall into the age range of 15 to 20. Degeneracy to be posted once I can collage the entire nightmare. Yikes. At the same time, Greg's daughter was admitted to the hospital after welfare check was conducted between the times of 10:35 and 11:02 PST. Sarah's friend Dylan joins Twitter to confirm that when he and Sarah were teenagers, she would show Dylan pictures of Kai just as the ones presented below, and that's for opinion of Kai's appearance. Ruh-roh. Yikes. Sarah and Dylan go to the courthouse to see what their options are. Meanwhile, Greg is redirecting people to the Q&A section of his heavily monetized website where he claims that Kai was only ever interested in one female. Uh-huh. Pause so you can read that. Curtis Price puts out a video covering some of the information that comes out so far, specifically for Sky, Alicia, Painter Zero, and Someone Sarah. Greg posts a video on his Onision Speaks channel titled I Am Innocent, where he pretends to shoot himself every time he laughed at a meme about being innocent. Pretends to have oral sex with... Pretends to shoot the first thing that comes to mind against a green screen backdrop. Green screen segment, he shoots at the elderly, a nurse, and someone in a wheelchair. Be seen that he's wearing a blue hospital band on his right wrist. In higher resolution copies of a photo of him sticking the plastic on his mouth, the word parent can be seen on the wristband. Right. Repzion posts a 1 hour and 17-minute video called The Onision Videos, where Repzion goes over the victims of Greg in detail. The video includes personal interviews between many of the girls Greg has abused in the past and reveals pictures of the fake NDA Greg pressured Sarah to sign. Blah. Carrie returns to Patreon after a month-long absence from social media. He does not address any allegations. Screenshots reveal Greg's daughter hospitalization and welfare check on the residence to have occurred at the same time as controversial tweets from 9/15/2019 are released on Twitter. Right. Confirmed to be public information. Again, you'll find this in the link on the description box. Date unknown. Screenshot originally posted 9/14. Greg talking about getting tattoos for significant others. Let's stop and read that. Alright. Date unknown. Lainey speaking on how her father disapproves of her and Greg's relationship. Yikes. Up then, here's Greg raging about Sky and alimony. Which, again, if you don't want to pay alimony, get a prenup. Or don't marry in the first place. Just saying. Text between Kai and Regina. Screenshot posted September 10, 2019. Terrible. More screenshots. I'm just gonna start scrolling through. Then pausing where need be, so you guys can pause the video when you need to. Oh man, this guy is so manipulative. So trash. Video where Greg admits to threatening suicide to get out of alimony payments. This looks like it's around the same time as the Billy saga. Date unknown. The truth in which Greg filmed Patient Zero's emotional breakdown. Re-upload exists before 7/26/2011, and Life of Onion claims that it was uploaded in July of that same year, but I can't find the original date it was posted. Further context. Patient Zero head was shaved and bleached yellow. Bleached her head yellow? Weird. Madison discusses her experience with Kai and Greg with a friend. Madison claims she witnessed Kai cuddling in bed with Sarah while she was still a little girl. That Kai often fantasized about running away from Greg. That Greg shamed Madison for a modeling career. That Greg insisted on uploading a video about Kai's experience being rude. Kai begged him not to post it, but does anyways. Madison and Sam are present. Sam does nothing, but Madison steps in to defend Kai. Greg yells at Madison and says that Kai and Madison deserve to get raped and should advertise themselves as willing targets. He doubles down on it by saying Madison was a walking rape me sign because of how she presents herself. Ties with Greg and Kai are cut shortly after. Good. Pause where need to. Pause. God damn, it's been over an hour of me trying to cover this. See, this is why I don't usually cover Onision, because there's just so much to cover. But with this Google document, I'm able to go through it pretty quickly and easily. I.e., over an hour already. Date unknown. Greg and Kai get into an argument, and Kai sends Sarah screenshots of the arguments. Sarah says that this behavior would happen often and that they would send her screenshots of their arguments to make her feel bad. Man, there's a lot of stuff to go over. Greg emails Alicia about asking about her life overseas and about his alimony payments to Sky. Alicia says that she had told Greg that she had moved to Germany in an attempt to make him lose interest in trying to contact her. It didn't work. Imagine that. Should we include his recent Patreon videos, which are basically threats to the girls, and also the controversial things he has been tweeting? They're a technique he uses so that when people research Onision plus and or Onision plus Bruce, it's those videos and tweets that show up instead of the real allegations. Huh. Yikes. Looks like at the end of this, about to reach page 120. And I guess that's it. Wow. Anyways, I mean, that was a lot to go over, and you'll be able to go over all this stuff yourself if you want to with the links, because I have the link to this in the description box. God, that was a lot darker than I thought it would be. Well, hopefully you made it to the end. Thank you for watching. Guys, would be Nightmare City. I have to watch some funny videos on YouTube to get out of my mind. So, yeah. Like the video, comment, share it so more people can know about this. Even if you don't share the video, if you just share the Google document with people so they can read it themselves, do that too. And as I guess I'll just end it here. It's just, God, that was dark.